Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday postgame show, early games postgame show. And we'll get to all the early games in just a second. And the late games are still underway, are still going on right now. But right now, we're going to start with the Browns win in overtime today. They beat the Baltimore Ravens, and this was the Browns' first home win on Sunday since 2015, and this game was a big win in the AFC North for the Browns, and it was a 12-9 victory for them. In the first quarter, the Ravens tried to get into scoring range, but the Ravens just had to settle to kick a field goal, and Justin Tucker made that field goal, and it was 3-0 Ravens. But Denzel Ward intercepted Flacco's pass. Then Myles Garrett sacked down Flacco, and then in the second, Rashard Higgins picked off Flacco's pass he was trying to make, and he ran 28 yards, and the Browns had a first down. And then Baker Mayfield threw a pass to Rashard Higgins, and Higgins ran the ball into the end zone for the touchdown score. And the Browns led 6-3, but Greg Joseph missed the extra point, and you can't be doing that. But Joe Flacco threw a pass to Terrell Suggs, but Denzel Ward deflected it before nearing the end of the first half because they tried everything to score during that first half. And it was 6-3 at halftime. In the third, Ravens got into scoring range, but they were not able to. Well, they tried to get into scoring range, but they had to. Flacco made another pass but fell incomplete, and they had to settle for had to punt. He was went 3-0. The Browns, QB Baker Mayfield threw the ball to Antonio Callaway, and they got a first down. He took that, I think, 32. I think it was 32 yards. Check me if I'm wrong. And it was the first down for the Browns at the 30-yard line. Mayfield threw a pass to Denzel Ward at the 20-yard line, but was not able to get into touchdown range. So Greg Joseph kicked a field goal, and it was from 35 yards out, and it was good. And the Browns led 9-3. The Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco threw a pass to Terrell Suggs again. He ran 35 yards for a first down, and they could not get it into scoring range at 4th and 10. So Justin Tucker kicked another field goal, and the Browns led 9-6 at the end of the third quarter. In the fourth, the Ravens got within field goal range again. Justin Tucker kicked another field goal, and it was the game was tied they kicked another field goal, and it was 9-6 in the fourth at the beginning of the fourth quarter. But then the Browns tried to get into scoring range, and he threw a pass to Antonio Callaway. Actually, it was Duke Johnson Jr., excuse me. And he got it into, I think, from 36 yards out, and it just could not. And they were not able to. But then the pass got intercepted actually by Michael Crabtree, excuse me, and the Ravens got within field goal range again and kicked another field goal, and it was the game was tied at 9. Then the Browns and Mayfield got into field goal range to try to win the game, but Joseph wasn't even close. The kick was not good. Then with 5 seconds left, we thought the Ravens were going to take a knee, but they were running a play. But Willie Snead was taken down. So to overtime we go. The Ravens would have to settle to get into field goal range. Tucker's field goal was no good. And then Baker Mayfield had one more chance and threw a pass to Derek Willis, caught his first touchdown, first pass from Baker Mayfield, took it 61 yards, and then Willis, as he intercepted a pass that the Ravens have had, took it 61 yards, and caught another pass and got the Browns within 19 yards. Actually, Antonio Callaway got within field goal range to 19 yards, and I failed to mention that Rashard Higgins went out with a knee injury, and I think it was the second quarter, and did not actually third quarter and did not return, and so that was so he'll be questionable for next week's game, but got within 19 yards for the field goal, and Greg Joseph kicked the field goal from 19 yards away, and Greg Joseph, the Browns set Greg Joseph up to kick a field goal from 19 yards away, and Greg Joseph kicked that field goal from 19 yards away for the win. The kick was up, and the kick was good, and the Browns win in overtime by a final of 12-9. First home win on Sunday since 2015, and a win in the AFC North Division for the Browns. Oh, what a game. Baker Mayfield, 25 of 43 carries and attempts, 342 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Carlos Hyde had 17 recoveries, 63 yards, no touchdowns. Rashard Higgins had 3 recoveries, 66 yards, scored the Browns' only touchdown in the second quarter, and Derek Willis had 3 recoveries and caught his first pass, took it 61 yards. Darzo Ward had a very productive day with 4 of 1 tackles and assists, and I think one sack. He sacked Flacco one time. And Greg Joseph, 2 of 3 field goals, and only missed that extra points in both the second and the fourth quarter. Joe Flacco for the Ravens. Joe Flacco, 29 of 56 carries and attempts, 298 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Terrell Suggs had 1 tackle assist, 1 sack. And Michael Cavitry, 6 recoveries, 66 yards, no touchdowns. John Brown, 4 recoveries, 58 yards and no touchdowns. Willie Snead, 5 recoveries, 55 yards, and no touchdowns. Now for some game balls, and it's the Browns that get these game balls today. Quarterback Baker Mayfield gets one of my game balls, as I said, because I indicated what he had. Carlos Hyde, you get a game ball. Rashard Higgins, who unfortunately went out with a knee injury and did not return, you get a game ball because you scored the Browns' only touchdown. Derek Willis, for catching his first pass and taking it 61 yards, gets a game ball. Darzel Ward, for having a very productive day, but having that 1 sack and 4 of 1 tackles and assists. And Greg Joseph, for kicking the Browns, field goal from 19 yards out and winning the game for the Browns in overtime. And of course, picked up 1, made 2 more that were good and only missed 2 extra points. Oh, what a game. And the Browns just, with their strengths, found ways to win. And they made the plays with their strengths and found ways to win, as I just said. And they really got creative, and they did not back down. And they did not blow it this time. So I got to give credit to where credit is due. And Hugh Jackson said in the locker room, we not only got our first win on Sunday since 2015, and not one in overtime since on Sunday in 2015, but we got a win in the AFC North Division, baby. We got it. Yeah. And it's going to be a big-time day. It's going to be a fun-time day of practice tomorrow. I can guarantee you that. So, what a day. What a game. Oh, what a game for the Browns. And I'm going to go, and to get to the other early games, I'm going to do them right now. I'm going to take you back, and I'm going to do the other early games for you right now. Let me just go back here. Okay. And I already told you the Browns won 12-9 in overtime. The New York Jets beat the Denver Broncos 34-16. Whoa. And they will go to 3-1, and the Broncos, I believe, are 2-3 and 2-3. They're both 2-3. The Detroit Lions beat the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay could not steal one on the road. Detroit beat them 31-23. Boy, Detroit just was fired up for this game, I can tell you that. The Carolina Panthers beat the New York Giants 33-31. They kicked a field goal in the final seconds as time expired, and the field goal was good. And boy, what a game there! And the Buffalo Bills came back and beat the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee couldn't steal one on the road, 13-12. They beat them by 1. And the Pittsburgh Steelers were all over Atlanta today, 41-17 in Pittsburgh. So the Browns and the Steelers are tied at 2-1-1. So it's still, that was a pivotal game. The Cincinnati Bengals beat the Miami Dolphins, came back from being down 17-0 to beat the Miami Dolphins, 27-17. The Kansas City Chiefs stay in the ranks of the unbeaten. They go to 5-0, beating Jacksonville 30-14 at Arrowhead Stadium, and that was the other early game. And I'll have the early game scores once they have gone final, and I'll be back with another late game post game show for all the late games when they have gone final. So right now on my picks, I am 7-2, and my brother-in-law Eric Hoyle, we have 3 that we don't agree on, and he is 5-4, 5-4, excuse me. So we'll see if I can hold on and win the picks of the week for this week. Well, that is going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday early games post-game show. I'll be back with a late game post-game show and a Sunday night football preview for the Houston-Dallas game when the late games have concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done. Go Browns!